DRM happens when software companies don't want their digital goods stolen by pesky pirates. Sometimes it's just a CD key, sometimes it deletes your save file, but sometimes it goes way too far. Here are a few examples of exactly that. Let's start with an accidental incident. Yo-Yo Games, also known as the people who made Undertale possible with their game engine Game Maker, were amazed at the fact that some people were apparently pirating their software. What do? Do we lock them out of the program until they buy it? No, too mainstream. Let's replace all of their sprites with skull icons. They'll never see that coming. So the update goes live. Yo-Yo Games staff starts to refresh r/GameMaker constantly to catch the pirates as they create Reddit posts about the incident. Soon after, they get what they were looking for. People are confused. What does this all mean? Is it a sick joke? Of course, the people at Yo-Yo Games were laughing their asses off. But something was wrong. The amount of people making threads and sending them emails about the incident were a bit higher than expected. A lot higher than expected, actually. And then some of those angry users started sending their invoices to Yo-Yo Games to prove they were innocent and they actually paid for the software. Turns out the system they used to identify pirate users was just a bit faulty and it marks legitimate users as pirates. And this is not just a simple lockdown either, all of their sprite assets were gone. Like permanently, regardless if they released an update that reversed the DRM, their sprites would still be skull icons because the program just deleted all of their images. Yeah, good job guys. So, you're a big fan of Microsoft Flight Simulator. You have done everything in the game, did all the missions, played online with friends, crashed into the Twin Towers. There's nothing left to do. So, you decide to go ahead and buy the A320X Airbus mod from the Flight Sim Labs for a whopping $100. Well, congratulations because you have just installed a malware. And not just something like the Ask toolbar, instead it's a full-blown password stealer. In a mod that costs more than the main game. When you install the mod, it comes with a file called test.exe, which is actually a program called Chrome Password Dump. When people first noticed it, they thought the mod makers got hacked and the hackers put that file in there. But nope, turns out the mod makers are the ones who did this. Apparently the game would execute it if it detects mod was pirated. Now, obviously as you can probably imagine, there are some issues with this approach. The main one being that the mod makers included a fucking password stealer in their mods. As if things could get any worse, the Flight Sim Labs CEO then attacked the Reddit user who uncovered this secret, and he accused him of pirating his precious plane mod. He also said this: "This method has already successfully provided information that we are going to use in our ongoing legal battles against such criminals." Yeah, sounds like a swell guy, doesn't he? Sonic Gather Battle was a fan-made fighting game that is unplayable today, because the creator manually blocks everyone from playing it after the controversy. It was uncovered that the game actively monitored your browsing history to see if you had searched for cheats made for the game, and also scans your installed programs list to see if you had programs like Cheat Engine installed on your computer. And if it did, it would activate the DRM. It would also close all windows that had suspicious words in their titles, forcefully. The DRM has two stages, both of them having things like creepy music and weird invulnerable enemies, but they also edited the Windows registry and system files, and even if you reinstalled the game, the effects wouldn't go away. Apparently you needed to contact the developer and convince him that you were innocent for him to remove your IP ban. So what was the reason for all this? Well, the creator just didn't want you to copy the sprites from his game. Even though they're Sonic characters and not his, so he just copied these sprites himself, changed their colors a bit, and then went ballistic over people stealing those? You know what? Maybe Chris Chan made this game. That would actually make a lot of sense. Do you remember back when the music piracy scare was inducing so much panic into the hearts of all the record labels? Yeah, they tried everything. They sued Napster, they sued their own fans, and finally they also installed malware onto their customers' computers. I'm not joking, this really did happen. In October 31st, 2005, security researcher Mark Rusinovich found a piece of software that was hidden in some of Sony's music CDs. And when I called this program malware, I wasn't kidding at all. For one, it always ran in the background, slowing down your computer. It had many security holes, it would crash Windows, and finally it had no uninstaller. That's right, if you put the CD into your computer, you wouldn't even know that you just installed this malware. Its existence wasn't even mentioned in the end-user license agreement. It was also so well hidden that trying to get rid of it could result in Windows system files accidentally getting corrupted. Also, remember when I mentioned the security holes? Because soon many other malicious software were appearing that used the security holes created by this program. Kinda like Adobe Flash, if you will. The security holes were so severe that some people managed to cheat in World of Warcraft using them. After tons of backlash, Sony finally released an uninstaller in their websites. But it didn't really uninstall anything. In fact, it secretly installed yet another malware onto your computer. Also, to download this uninstaller, you needed to enter your email address, which was then used by Sony to send you tons of spam emails. Thankfully, after multiple lawsuits, Sony recalled those CDs and replaced them with clean ones. They also released another uninstaller program that actually did what it was supposed to do. So often you hear people complaining about Sony on the internet, but many of those complaints are about them removing features from the PS3, making the emoji movie, etc. And I think this incident is pretty much forgotten about, and it really shouldn't be because this is the worst form of DRM I have ever seen made by a big company, and I think we can all agree on that. Yeah, I know Denuvo is terrible, okay? But I think we can all agree that it seems pretty tame compared to the ones in this list. And this is not a long list either, because there are many more examples of horrible DRM. If you have more examples, share them in the comment section below, because I would like to read about this subject some more. Thank you very much for watching.